Now, this week with the county commissioners, we have Speak Up Brevard coming up, a workshop possibly for Speak Up Brevard. And you're going to talk about that this week, Katie, concerning that workshop?
Yes. So there's actually a lot of stuff coming up on this week's agenda. January 28th is our meeting at 9 a.m. And we're actually having John Denninghoff, our assistant county manager. He has been with the county for 29 years. He is retiring, and he is a wealth of knowledge, so he's going to be very missed. And then we have appointments again, like on every agenda almost, where the commission appoints different board members. And the one that stuck out to me is Bruce Moya. He is a local man who works in engineering and with developers and all of that, and he's actually being appointed by Tom Goodson, commissioner from District 2, for the Board of Adjustments board. And the reason why that is a little concerning to me is because this board makes final decisions for people, and I kind of feel like there's a bit of a conflict of interest between having somebody who works in the development field sitting on this board that makes decisions about people's properties and can they go forward with their...
Like a raccoon guarding my hen house? It's like kind of the same kind of analogy?
Right.
Okay.
And we also have our tourism cultural grants that are being determined at this commission meeting. So that's definitely something that people are interested in, and that will be an interesting conversation. Like you said, the Speak Up Brevard workshop.
Is it too late to do the work, submit Speak Up Brevard? Because I want to submit something and I keep forgetting.
January 31st is the
Okay, that's
last
the deadline.
day.
Because I want to submit that they lower the dais.
Okay.
Maybe even lower than the people.
I love that.
I mean, in some places they have that, right?
Right.
Because the dais is just too high. And when I noticed when I was there last week, it's like you're speaking to some heavenly angelic beings or something. I mean, it's like you're way up.
It's too much.
It's a psychological disadvantage for the people that come up to speak.
Right.
I can imagine how intimidating it could be.
Right. I know how I felt my first commission meeting that I came to speak at. It's definitely, it makes you, a little uneasy going up and speaking and looking up to these people.
I thought I heard a heavenly chorus saying, "Oh!"
Right.
it's just an amazing thing, this psychological disadvantage that exists for the people.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And so on top of that, we have our lagoon appointments, our Save Our Indian River Lagoon committee. There are new people being appointed, so that is definitely something to watch. And there's more conversation about the Sykes Creek sewer system that we're going to be talking about. Is Space Florida going to hook into it? Are they not? What are we going to do with that?
I thought that was a done deal.
No, it's not a done deal. It's still open. We're basically going to be approving or not approving this letter that breaks down what it's going to cost Space Florida to hook into our system, which I believe it's somewhere around $136 million, plus fees and penalties and whatnot if, things don't go right.
What could go wrong?
Right. And then I'm also bringing forward a discussion about the impact fees, especially focusing on fire and EMS services, because we currently new construction only pays $93 for our fire and EMS impact fees, compared to other places like St. Lucie, for instance. They pay $650.
Whoa!
There was even one that was around $1,200, and in Brevard County, we are so far behind. Well, our fees haven't been updated in about 30 years. So it's we are very far behind, and this is part of the problem that we have, why our capacity needs are where they are, because we have not been asking the developers or telling the developers that they need to be paying for their impacts on, our community.
So what is the chance that that's going to go through?
Well, I hope that when the other commissioners see how far behind we are, that it'll leave no room for them to disagree. That's my hope. Because the people of Brevard County should not be footing the bill for all of this growth. It should not be on the taxpayers, on the backs of the taxpayers. It should be, everybody who's coming in to this community, they should be paying for those impacts.
So when the impact fee as far as the residents is concerned, when we built, and it's been some 20 years ago, but the impact fee actually went up after we built it. I think it went up to like $10,000 to build a residential property.
So a lot of that is actually the school district.
Okay.
So the school district portion of the impact fees are the largest portion. The county impact fees, like for say transportation, fire and EMS, I have to look at the other ones, but there's a few other ones that, but they're much, much lower. And compared to other counties, we are the third lowest impact fees in the state.
Wow, no wonder everyone's flocking here.
Right, exactly. It's the free gravy train for these developers.
Apparently.
Right.
So anything else as far as the county is concerned?
So we are actually going to be having another special session, executive session for the topic of our firefighter negotiations. So I'm hopeful that we are going to be able to come up with, a great direction forward for our firefighters. We need our people to feel valued, and that is shown through, giving them a fair wage and giving them, quality work-life balance.
So I'm struck by the similarity between what's happening here and what happened in Los Angeles before the fire.
Absolutely.
And so now you look at it on the other side of that, and people they're doing a double take, right? That they actually did the exact same thing, right? In which they cut the budget, and the firefighters were left out in the dust, and there were not enough firefighters, among other things. But that was a problem, right?
Right. I remember, and I can't remember exactly what year it was. It was either 2004 or 2005. I remember the fires that were going on in North Brevard during that time, because I remember driving to school. You could barely see a foot in front of your vehicle.
Correct.
And, thank God we had...
So it's not like it can't happen here, right?
Oh, yeah.
It has happened here before.
Thank God we had a strong fire department at the time.
Correct.
Where now, if that were to happen, we'd be in serious trouble. So we really need to, finish this and do right by our people so we can recruit and retain.
Is there anything that the people can do?
We need your input. I need you to contact your county commissioners, contact us, tell us, that you want us to support the fire department, because, I can say these things, and which I know so many of you contact me all the time telling me, we want our people taken care of. We want the best fire department we could have, all of that. But if the other commissioners don't get that feedback as well, it's harder for me to, make that point. So even if you feel like you're not going to be listened to, reach out to all 5 commissioners, email the county manager, email the county attorney, and let them know that you want a strong fire department here in Brevard County. We deserve to have strong public safety in Brevard County.
And it makes a difference. And, it's like my brother used to say, you laughed and you played, and now you're crying.
Right.
And when it happens, it's not going to be so funny.
Absolutely.
We come up short. Thanks, Katie. So that's it on our County Commish report.